When I was Sec 1 and I saw the CCA booth for guides during the open house, I thought to myself, oh wow, these guides seem so happy and I just wanted to be a part of that sisterhood.
The moment I was Sec 1, I already wanted to join a uniform group because I was previously in another uniform group. I saw Girl Guides as my second chance of enriching my uniform group experience. In primary school, my uniform group experience was affected by the pandemic, so I wanted to come to Girl Guides to experience going outdoors, camping, and also marching in a parade.
It was my first choice when I was in Sec 1, and that is mainly because when there was CCA immersions, they did a lot of camp cheers and they did a lot of games as well. And I also heard about camps, like end of year camps at Camp Christine. So it seemed really fun, so I just wanted to experience all that.
For me, Girl Guides really helped me develop my character. I used to be a very shy and reserved person, but Guides really helped me become a more outgoing person, a person that would step out of her comfort zone to try new things.
I think 2023, I attended the patrol leader training course at HQ itself. I think at that time I was already aiming for being a CL or CL, but I wasn't very confident in myself. But then after PLTC, it just reminded me that to be CL, it doesn't matter what cards I was dealt with, it just matters how I respond to it. So I just started being more confident, being more outgoing, just putting myself out there and trying to be the role model for my juniors as well.
I went to the international camp. It was in 2022, which means that it was the pandemic, so it was done virtually for 4 days. And they were teaching us about gender equality and body confidence. It was really interesting to hear how gender inequality was in different countries, and they also taught us how to believe in ourselves and to challenge the gender norms.
Around December last year, I participated in a pioneer training, so I learned a lot of useful skills from there, like axemanship, building an emergency shelter, and also fire lighting. So I think these skills are really helpful for camping.
Oh yeah, I remember last year during our annual Scouts X Girl Guides camp, we were supposed to pitch tents on our own, which is a first time for us because usually the seniors will take charge, but this time we were on our own and I was the senior. After a while, it was really windy, so the tents kept blowing away and we were getting so frustrated. We just kept finding new ways to put the tent into the ground and make it stop blowing away. I think it was a very fun experience for me and the guides. So one person that really motivated me, I think, is my company leader, Laila. She's actually trying out for the BPA. So even from Sec 1, Laila was really confident, she was very outgoing. And every time she walks into a room, her presence is known. So I think that's why she's company leader, and I honestly really agree with that. Every time I doubted myself and doubted my abilities to be a good role model to the guides, Laila has always been there and she's always been so supportive and kind.
My previous CL as well, I was really inspired by her because she was able to carry out her responsibilities very well, and she always kept the CCA fun, but she was strict at times when she had to be, so it really kept us responsible and on time. And we even received Nur Aisha Gold Award. So yeah, thanks to her. So she really inspired me to become the CL, and when I did, there was a lot of responsibilities, so she really helped me throughout my probation period, and I really need to thank my company for really helping me throughout this whole journey of being a CL and a Girl Guide in Commonwealth.
The people that inspired me the most are the people that stuck with me last year, especially the people that were with me during NDP. When we were coming back from the marching and the foot drills training, we were all dripping with sweat because of the sun, and they were still joking around, and I don't think they realized it, but they also helped to hype me up and make me way more happy that day. Hi, I'm Elsa, and this is my fun-loving guider.
I'm Miss Farah, and we're from Cedar Girls First Company.
Okay, so what are the activities that we do in our CCA?
Well, we do activities that relates to our 5PP, but we also ensure that we want to check in with our Girl Guides HQ and see whether or not there are things or opportunities that our guides can do. So, do you remember the day that we learned fire lighting? where your seniors plan for an activity. For that session specifically, we were thinking about how can we make the session fun. Your own patrol leaders managed to think about like, oh, maybe we can take turns to light a fire.
Oh yeah, I remember when they had like this game where we put the candle in a cup and then we would need to ensure that the fire stays bright throughout, and we'll also have to use matchsticks to light the fire. And I remember it was really windy that day, so the fire kept blowing out and then we'll all have to restart again.
I do remember the guys always telling me that the one thing that they remember is the s'mores making rather than the fire lighting.
Oh yeah, I remember that the end result was so nice because we got to eat all the s'mores after that. So have you been a teacher in other CCAs also? How has it been different from your journey with us being a guider?
Well, previously I was in charge of a performing arts group, so it's very different. I've never been a teacher of a uniform group. For Girl Guides, it was more about how can I teach them skills that can be useful for the outdoors? How can I make sure that they learn skills that can be useful for themselves?
Since we're here, I just wanted to say thank you so much for always being there to support me. I remember the time where I signed up for NDP, you were around for a lot of the sessions. You also like cheered me on along with the other guiders, and every time you guys come to CCA to see us, you always joke around and it's so nice to be around like all the guiders. So I just really want to thank you for all that.
Oh, thank you. Oh.